family. What's good? What's good? What's good? If you're excited, if you're feeling good, right? Put in the chat, I am excited. I'm feeling good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Awesome. 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 Guys, let us know where you're coming from tonight. We got AZ out here. CT. I know everyone's ready, feeling good, excited, ready to receive, right? We have Chicago, SC, South Carolina, the Shy, Washington. Amazing, 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 amazing. Welcome, everybody. I want to extend my gratitude towards everyone that's here right now, right? Everyone who's willing to receive, willing to learn. I know there's a lot. Trust me, there are so many distractions right now out in the world, but you are focused and you are ready to continue to grow, to maintain this progressive mindset that you have right now. But before I go forward, before we start breaking down exactly what it means, right, to be to be chairman, right, to have and maintain a level of success, for the main theme for us is learning really how to compound your business and compound your account, right? And in order to do both, you have to compound from within, and then you have to provide value. But first, before any of the information that comes in, right, we have to always extend our gratitude to the people that made this possible for all of us to be here. So just want to extend my gratitude to our OGs, our CEOs, Christopher Terry, Isis De La Torre is right. To our chairman elite, Alex Morton, Matt Rosa, Jason Brown, David Imnitier, Mr. Ivan Tapia, right? Got to give it back up to the legends. And then everyone else here that's possible, right? Everyone else that's here, ready, present, most important, present, right? So I'm so excited to share what I've been learning in the last 4 or 5 years, and what people like the Trade House, right? People like John Guaman, Emery Holmes, Darwin Lopez, Caleb Mickens, Spielus Luga, and Tim himself, right? These are the people that, really brought me into this space and put me in the position to truly grow and become the best version of myself. So as always, I want to give it back to them before really getting started today. And before we really dive into it, the last thing I want to ask for is I want everybody here who's on this call to extend some gratitude and to some love to whoever got you started, whoever brought you into this space, whether they're here now, right, or they're not, whether you have a great relationship with them or not. Give them some love and let them know that you care about them and that without them, you're not here, right? So I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. So anyways, guys, with that being said, let's get it going, right? So we're going to talk about some keys, some big things to actually, achieving what you want in this space. And in order to achieve what you want in this space, first you have to realize, right, what is it that you really want? What is it that you truly want here right now? Because what happens sometimes is that you get this amazing emotion, you have this energy, right? Someone just showed you what's going on. They broke it down for you. They're like, look, here, you can make money from your phone, your laptop, whenever you want, wherever you want, right? From your home. Here, you can build not just investment type incomes, but you can also build residual income, right? You go into this space and you're excited. You're so excited, right? It's a whole new world. But what I need everyone to understand is that excitement sometimes can fade if we don't acknowledge why it is that we're even excited, right? You have to even think about, why are you on this call right now? Think about it. Why are you on this call right now? You say, okay, I'm here because I'm just used to getting on these calls. Someone throws a link, I'm going to be on, right? But we really have to be conscientious. We have to be aware, and we have to be intentional in all of our actions, right? You really have to be intentional in every single thing that you do. So you're on this call because at one point in time, you made a decision. You made a decision to invest in yourself. It might have been the first time in your life that you have made an investment, not just in education, but it might have been the first time that you ever actually chose yourself. A lot of people on this call maybe have been living the lives of other people because of the way you've been brought up, because of the environment that you've been in. But the fact that you're here right now means that at least one or two times you've actually chosen yourself, right? Not just your future, but your present, right? Your legacy and what happens tomorrow. And with that being said, I want everyone to really right now, right, go back to that first day and feel what it was like, right? To see this for the first time, to actually envision what it was like to think, wait, there's actually a way to live the life that I've always wanted. I didn't know I could do it, but I actually, for once in my life, it's in front of me. And you don't have to do it alone, right? You're brought into a culture, you're immersed into a culture where the people around you have the exact same vision, right? The people around you, they want to see you win. It's such a refreshing feeling. Some of you here, you have different reasons why you're here. Some people are here because they're, you know what, I'm over the life that I was living before and I want something bigger, right? Some people are here because you've seen your mom work 70 to 80 hours for the last 25 years of your life, right? Some people are here because you wanted to prove everybody wrong. Some people are here because they want the Lambo. And regardless of the reason that you're here, what matters more than anything is exactly why you're here. It doesn't matter what everyone else is thinking. Right? Just because I want to retire my mom, that doesn't mean you have to. Right? You have to do what makes you feel, what makes you get up and start working, right? What makes you actually want to be here. And that's the thing we can't really forget. You have to want to grow. You have to want to progress. You have to want to be up at 2 a.m, 4 a.m, picking up the phone and helping out your newest trader because they're struggling, whether it's on the charts or whether it's in their life. And that's one of the biggest things. And I'm probably going to say it a lot, but you have to consider, but especially if you're coming into this space, you're growing as a trader, and you want to have the residual income that comes with being chairman, 10, 100, 1,000, right? Have you made the decision? Are you willing to assume responsibility over that many people? Because sometimes we look at just the numbers and we don't realize that behind those numbers is a soul, is a human being. And so I want you to genuinely feel right now and consider, all right, I want $1,000 a month. That's 30 people that I have to be working with. Am I truly, genuinely, do I feel like I can assume responsibility for those people? Some of you are like, absolutely, I want it. I want that. I want that level of leadership. I want to have those people. I'm ready to groom and I'm ready to learn, up and down. So with that being said, you go back to, why are you on this call, right? And you have to remember, tap into your awareness. So what is this awareness that I'm speaking of? Right? You need to be aware, and I want Tim to hop in on this a little bit with me, right? But you need to be aware of what you really have here. Remember, here's a place where you're creating your own economy. You are literally, you use this right here. You hit the button and it will give you money, right? If you're on the right side of the trade, it will give you money. This isn't really being done anywhere else, right? Whether it's going up or down. If anybody was looking at the market in the last 20 minutes or so, right? The dollar just tanked. Cool. We make money when it goes down. That is the power that you have, regardless of where you are in the world, whether you're sleeping, whether you're awake. You have now the ability, even if there's all of this coronavirus, all of this fear, right? All of this nonsense happening, guess what? They can't touch your money, right? No virus, nothing can touch what you make now. You are absolutely in control of what you have. So you have to tap into this awareness, right? When you're about to have a conversation with someone who's like, hey, what is that you do? Remember that you have absolute power. You have absolute control of your time and of your income. And not only that, you can give people the gift of this kind of knowledge, and you can share this gift where they can learn how to apply the knowledge with professionals, with people who have been practicing for years on end and who've been duplicating success. So I want you to really be aware that you are in an industry, not just one, but in two of the largest industries in the world focused on making income as an investor and having passive income. So with that being said, you really have to consider and think about what you really have, because if you haven't really, I want you to write it down. I want you to write down, actually, let me ask you, how many of you are truly aware? How many of you have ever done this little exercise, right? After this call, I want you to write down, what do I really have here in I Am Mastery Academy? What kind of tools, what kind of mentors do I really have here? And I think once you see it in paper in front of you, your mind's gonna be blown with either how much you have and maybe even how much you're not using yet, right? How much you're not tapping into, because there's over 250 chairman 10 in this company, and I don't even know how many successful traders there are here because there are so many. So not only that, but that means you have so many people that you can potentially reach out to and grow alongside, right? So that's, to me, where I wanted to start this conversation, because if you don't know what you have, if you don't know why you're here, then you can't really build towards anything great. And you have to know that. What are you building towards? Ask yourself, what are you building towards right now? Is it a culture where it's fun, right? Where people are trading, where people are winning, people are traveling? Is it a culture of empowerment? What are you building towards? Are you building to help your family around you win with you? Maybe, maybe not. What is it that you're building towards? So these are the things that you literally have to write down and keep in front of you as much as possible, because you need reminders. You need reminders. The human brain can only do so much, so you need to have these things in front of you as much as possible, right? Set a reminder of what you're grateful for 1 p.m. in the afternoon, right? Set a reminder to reach out to someone on your team at 3 in the afternoon. Put these things in front of you, right? The greatest minds in here always tell you, if you want something, if you're building towards something, what you need to do is create an experience in your mind, in your imagination, before it even happens. You have to create that experience, because if you can't do that yet effectively, then you're not going to get it as fast as you want it, right? You need to feel that emotion. You need to feel good, because what happens here, and because here's the thing, there's different levels on this call. There are people who have been here for 2 years, maybe people that have been here for 2 days. There are people who have no rank in this company yet, and there might be chairman 50s, chairman 100s, chairman 500s on this call right now. And so with that being said, right, depending on where you're at, you're going to have these skills, or you may not. You might be acquiring these skills, or you might be getting better at these sort of skills. So with that being said, everybody, the one thing that everyone could work on is really creating that experience for what you want, right? You have to understand that. You genuinely have to understand how to truly bring that towards you, right? Because every thought, idea, everything is a vibration. And, Bob Proctor, Alex Martin will go into that for you guys. That's not what I'm here to talk about today, but just the one thing to achieve and to attract what you want, the people that you want. Remember, you're going to attract who you are, right? And it's the same thing with the lifestyle that you want. And the easiest way to achieve, or to be in a state where you're always bringing in the thing that you want, is you have to imagine having it, right? Pretend that it's already in your experience. Okay. So I want, and I'm going to do a quick exercise before I really pass it off to Tim. I want everyone who's here right now, I'm going to do the first thing you write down, right? What is it that you want? First person to write it down, we're going to do a quick exercise. What is it that you want? Someone tell me in the chat right now. Freedom. Okay, it's too vague. What does freedom mean to you? I want my mom to not worry. Okay, amazing. I'm going to go with that one. Looks like Nick Drevis. I want my mom to not worry. Let's go into that. So let's say if your mom's worried because she's always working, and she's thinking about what's best for you, I want everyone to imagine this, right? Close your eyes, right? Imagine Imagine you're driving up, right? You're driving up to where your mom works, right? You're seeing your clock out. Now I want you to imagine that, right? You're standing there and I want you to feel it, right? You have this confidence, this excitement because you know that this is her last day of work ever. You know, she's clocking out, she's a little bit tired, right? And as she's walking towards you, right? You have this outrageous check and it just has an infinite sign on it, right? Because this is her ticket to freedom, right? This is going to be the last time that she ever works. And I want you to imagine her running up to you, right? Giving you a big hug, having tears down her cheek, understanding that for the first time she won't have to worry, right? I want you to hear the sounds, right? Of maybe cars driving by, of the birds chirping, of people looking, saying, what's going on right now? I want you to embody this entire moment, right? And I want you to wake up to this moment every day because that's what's going to allow you to grow, to put in the work, whether it's watching 2 to 3 hours to go live in the mornings or whether it's messaging 1,800 people every single day, right? If all you want to do is spend time with your kid, I want you to imagine that you get to pick up your kid every single day from the school, right? I want you to imagine the buses, the kids yelling, some kid throwing a ball or an apple at something, right? These are the things that really put you to that next level, right? These are the things that allow these feelings to like truly be stuck inside of you. And that's how you set yourself up because it all starts with how you set yourself up. Because if you don't have the vision, right? If you don't have the vision, how are you going to know where you're going? It's that simple. So what I'm going to do right now, right, because there's two of us speaking, I doubt we'll only be on here for an hour. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to introduce you guys to someone very, very special to me, right? Someone who paved the way for success for me. Without this person, I would not be here today. There's no way I would be here today. This is someone who understood what I wanted when I got started, right? I didn't start building this for a year because I wanted to trade. I didn't understand what I had here, right? But this is someone who really allowed me to grow in my space and who pushed me, who told me the things that I didn't want to hear, but I needed to hear, right? This is someone that would travel an hour and a half to meet up with me, to help me out with a couple of things on the charts. This is someone who would plug me in with the right people so I could continue to grow, right? This is someone who's invested tens of thousands of dollars into the team when he didn't have it and when he does have it, right? So this is someone really special to me because I came to realize that I could do this and grow this culture and this community in my way. He allowed me to see and understand that I could also contribute. I could also provide value for people. So with that being said, guys, I introduce to you your very own Chairman 10, Tim Sloma.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. I hope you guys can hear me. If you can, please drop some 369s in the chat for Mike. Guys, this is one of the biggest servant leaders that I've ever met in my whole entire life. The edification, it definitely goes back, right? It definitely goes back to see who this person become as the fifth most viewed educator in the platform, educating an insane amount of hours, both in English and Spanish, helping our business grow to a dozen plus countries. Without this individual, this call probably doesn't happen, and a lot of people would not be in the situation that they're at. And Mike brought up a lot of amazing things to start it off, really questions to ask yourself. And sometimes it's these questions that are hard to deal with because it forces you to really look inside yourself, right? These questions force you to look inside yourself. Why are you here? Why are you on this call? Why are you doing this business? What are you building towards? And are you actually aware of these answers? Are you aware of what you're doing? You know, Mike had everyone close their eyes and begin to imagine. I actually had a note on this at the end of the call because Mike's going to go back on. I'm going to close this up in a little bit. But I said we literally possess the only redemptive power in the universe: imagination. It's the only instrument that allows you to create your world. Imagination. It's literally what allows you to create your reality. And that's what we're going to be talking tonight. I have two massive topics I want to talk about. I want to talk about raising the bar and developing the next wave of chairmen. That's why these calls were created, to develop the next wave of chairmen. It's not about us on the call. It literally has nothing to do with us. It comes down to the people who are actually watching the call. You know, this is why I remember when I first joined this business, I made a statement, right? That no matter what, when I had the opportunity on stage, I would make sure to shout out the people standing in the back, the people who haven't hit chairman in 3 months, the people who have been struggling, because that's what these calls are for. They're for you, right? I'm not on this call for the person that hit chairman in 90 days. I don't care about him or her, right? I'm on this call to provide value for the person who's looking for that one piece of information, that one key that allows them to open the door and step into their greatness, which allows them to actually become the success that they are, right? That's why I'm excited for these calls, because it allows people to go next level, right? And guys, this is literally a blessing. Like, I cannot believe that I have the opportunity to be here. If you asked me 3 years ago, I would probably tell you, yeah, I'd be on the call. But it's so insane. It's such a blessing. I'm so happy and grateful for individuals like Jason Brown, Matt Rosa, Alex Moore, and David Amitier, Cash Cartier, Justin Christopher, Chris and Isis. Like, I really am just living in a abundance of gratitude right now. And I hope that you guys are ready to receive, because I'm about to drop some knowledge here. So before we get started, right, I really want to jump into something that's super important, because I see this happen all the time. Is, you know, this concept of chairman, right? This concept of chairman. Shouting chairman is a free activity, right? You can go into the street, you can be at an event, you can go to a convention. Shouting chairman is free, right? Being chairman is not. Chairman is not a paycheck, right? It is not a paycheck. It's not $10,000 a month, you're a chairman, right? Chairman is a lifestyle. It is a set of characteristics. You have to become capable. You literally have to become a person that is capable of serving 500 people a month, right? Because there's a lot of people that can recruit. There's a lot of people that hit ranks, right? Oh, chairman in 2 weeks, right? But it's been 2.5 years since they've gone chairman 25, right? You have to become somebody capable, right? If you want to be a chairman, you're going to have to eat differently, right? You want to be a chairman, you're going to have to sleep differently. You're going to have to work out differently. You're going to have to read differently. You're going to have to talk differently. You're going to have to do different things. You have to become different. You have to be chairman first, right? You must be chairman first before you become chairman, right? David Amitier says it best. I was chairman before I saw chairman, right? I was chairman before I saw chairman. And let me tell you why that is such an important concept. When I first launched this business, right? The beginning of 2017, I had a 3-month goal. I said, I will hit chairman in 90 days, right? I went to P2K in 45 days, and I was like, I'm ready to run. I'm ready to go. Let's go to the top, right? But it took me 3 years to hit it. 2.5, 3 years to hit it, right? Belief and faith, right? It's determined. Your level of true belief is determined when things aren't going your way. Belief is easy when the back office is growing. Belief is easy when your trades keep hitting take profit. Belief is easy when things are going easy. But do you believe when things are going rough? And I am so happy and grateful that I had to go through that process in order to actually become someone capable of earning that title. Because chairman, to me, man, y'all really don't understand. I didn't look at chairman as a title. I look at that as an embodiment of an individual. Being chairman was different. Being chairman was like, that's like a level 5 leader to me. When I looked at the word chairman, I wasn't looking at the dollar amount. I was looking at the number of people that needed to become active, needed to be served, people that needed to be taken care of, right? When I was at that 3-month mark and I lost my whole entire business because I wasn't the leader I needed to be, right? I had to assume that I was already going to be chairman. I had to literally believe and have faith that no matter what, even though I didn't do it in 3 months, it was still already done, right? Listen to this, in order to manifest, right? In order to make something happen, you have to assume that it's already done, right? I have the note right here. I had to assume that I already was what I wanted to be and then live by faith in that assumption. I had to assume that I already was what I wanted to be, then live by faith in that assumption. Guys, I grew up around money. My family owns an extremely successful accounting firm. I went to school for finance. I graduated top of my class, my master's degree. I was captain of the soccer team. I was traveling around the world playing soccer. I did ministry work in so many different countries. I had the golden brick road, but I had no fulfillment whatsoever. No fulfillment whatsoever. I had the largest safety net in the world. I was one call away. Grandpa, I need the job back. I'm sorry. I didn't come work at the firm, right? But I had to assume, right, that I already was what I wanted to be and continue to live in faith in that assumption. David Amitié says it best. David Amitié is my dad. I've never told him that. I've been to his house, but my team will tell you I call him my dad all the time. He says, everything you need to win in life has already been given to you. You just have to have faith in being in an environment that requires you to have faith to receive the blessing that has already been given. You have to be in an environment that requires you to have faith to receive the blessing that has already been given. One of my favorite quotes that I've ever heard him say, right? Because if I just got down on myself, and said, man, I'm going to go back to the firm. If I just got down on myself and, man, I'm going to go back to, smoking the reefer and drinking the drinks and having all the fun, right? I would have taken myself out of an environment that requires me to have faith to receive the blessing that was given to me the moment I professed the goal that I wanted, which was chairman, right? And 3 years later, it happened because I put myself in that environment. Jason Brown, my first month ever joining the business, going to Dallas, 2017, 1,000-person convention. I asked him, I said, Jason, how do I get to where you are? How do I get the chairman? He said, never stop showing up. Never stop showing up. And I did not understand it. I said, okay, I'll go to events. I'll, hop on the sessions. Whatever it takes, right? I'm going to do whatever it takes because it was freedom to me. It was becoming something more than I was, that I wanted to be a chairman. That was the next level. It was like evolving as a human to me, right? He said, never stop showing up. And it wasn't till last month, February of 2020, when I walked across stage as a chairman 10 with my business partner, Mike, I realized what he meant. Never stop showing up. Never stop showing up. Because there was events I went to where I brought 10, 15 people with me. And the next event would happen, 5 of those people wouldn't keep showing up. The next event would happen, the other 5 stopped showing up. The next event happened, the last 5 stopped showing up. And it was me left. That was it. But because I kept showing up, right? Because I kept showing up, I was able to get to the stage. I was able to walk across. I was able to sit in the front. I was able to sit next to Christopher Terry. I was able to literally feel the energy off David Amitié. I was able to learn from Bob Proctor because I kept showing up. Guys, we are 3 days away from New York. And I'm really going to get into this. So I'm going to go fast. Y'all know me. I'm not going to slow down. You're welcome. It's recorded. Watch the recording. But why New York? Why New York? And I am so happy and grateful that I have been allowed to be on this call 3 days before one of the biggest regionals that the United States will ever see from I Am Mastery Academy. Well, not ever see. The one after that will be bigger, right? But why New York? David Amitié says it best. And guys, I'm not special like I said. You're going to hear me. I'm going to give credit to literally everything I've learned. I just have followed people who have what I want. I've taken their information and I've gone out and applied it. I've ingrained it into me, right? I've ingrained into me because if I kept listening to Joe Schmo, I'm going to get what Joe Schmo has, right? But I'm listening to David. I'm listening to Alex. I'm listening to Jason. I'm listening to Matt. I'm listening to people who have what I want, right? It's all going to make sense down the road. He says, when belief is high, results are high. When belief is high, results is high. What does that mean? Right? What does that mean? I said it earlier. We're here to raise the bar, right? We're here to raise the bar. The bar is raised at conventions. BAR stands for belief, action, results, right? Belief, action, results. Conventions allow you to raise the bar. They allow you to raise the bar. Belief, action, results. So how do we raise belief? I'm going to help you with this, guys. How do we raise belief? And it's done in the easiest way possible. Alex Morton says it best. He gives us the 3 A's, right? He says atmosphere, action, attitude, right? Atmosphere, action, atmosphere, attitude, action. I like to add awareness in there. So you can call it the 4 A's if you want, but the original 3, atmosphere, attitude, action. But I like awareness, right? We're going to add awareness in there. You are aware of what you have. That's why you're on this call. You are aware of what we do. That's why you pay every single month. You are aware of what happens when you show up. That's why you're going to the convention. Because when you're aware, awareness creates decisions, right? And when you make decisions, decisions create results. So when you plug yourself into the right atmosphere, what does that do for you? It begins to shift the way you think. It shifts your attitude. And what happens when your thoughts and your attitude is working in a positive light? You begin to take action that gives you the results that you want, right? Hanging out at the bar, hanging out with your old group of friends, being on Xbox Live all the time, that's not going to put you in the right atmosphere, right? It's going to put you in one, but is it going to make you think differently and thus allow you to start doing things differently? Then if not, you have to get to the spot. Guys, because at New York, we're going to be going from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. with industry leaders and educators who are literally teaching for a 9-figure Forex and cryptocurrency educational platform, right? They're going to give you everything you need for success. You're in the right atmosphere. So what's that going to do? It's going to shift your belief. It's going to shift your attitude. And what that's going to do, it's going to shift your actions. March 15th is going to occur. And because you're aware, because you hopped on this call, you're now going to start getting the results that you want. You're now going to start having the results that you want. So let me tell you why awareness is key. Let me tell you why awareness shifted my business, Mike and I's business. And guys, I'm not reading the chat. I have it to the side because I have notes. I want to stay on time. My team knows me. I say 30-minute calls and we go for 3 hours. I can't stop talking. So I have notes that I need to follow here. So let me tell you why awareness shifted my business, right? In Dallas, I am Dallas. I don't remember the exact date that this was. It was last year. If someone remembers, you can type in the chat. If not, whatever. But I've always heard that if you bring 100 people to a convention, you're going chairman, right? I don't remember if Justin Owen said that or Gary McSween said that or David, whoever said it, but 100 people at a convention will bring you to chairman. So when I learned that, it was the convention before, Mike and I said, we need to bring 100 people to Dallas, no matter what it takes, no matter if we have to buy people's tickets, no matter if we have to drive, if we have to put people in the Airbnb and they have to sleep in the tub, it doesn't matter. We have to get 100 people to a convention. We ended up bringing 90. Let me tell you what happened when we had 90 people show up. Our business went from 225 people. We were platinum 2000, right? Our legs just weren't where they needed to be, right? Y'all understand how it works sometimes, right? But we went from 225 people to 725 in under 14 days. We added 495 people in our business. That's over 5 people. It's 5.44 or 5.5 people joined the business per individual that came to convention. Let's do some math here, right? Let's do some math here. And this isn't just to give you my numbers. This is so you can see how I'm thinking, right? And why did I talk so much about awareness? Why did I talk so much about belief? Why did I say the things I said before this, right? Here it goes. It's all going to make sense. Now in New York, we're bringing 150 people. We have 150 people around there, maybe 145 to 155, but 150 makes it nice and easy. 150 people coming to New York. What's 150 times 5? That's 750. That's 750 people that are going to join the business 14 days after New York. But what happens? Why are we going to do 1,000? How are we actually going to put 1,000 people in the business in 2 weeks? By preparation. By preparation. I'm going to teach you preparation. I'm going to teach you vision. This is literally, this call will make you go contact your leader and say, yo, we're not prepared. Yo, we're not prepared, right? Preparation is the highest form of faith. Preparation is the highest form of belief, right? So many people will tell you this. Oh, well, if you have the belief, right, you really don't need to know how it's going to happen. No, you don't. But if you prepare, you're acting as if it's already done. Because how many people went to Dallas, their business grew by 500 people, and then 50% of the people that joined left the following month? It happened to us. We didn't lose half, but we lost about 25% of those numbers. Right? Some teams, right, they blew up so quickly, 2-3 months later, they're actually smaller now than they were before they went to Dallas. Right? Why? Because they weren't prepared. They weren't prepared. You have to ask yourself, right? Have I made a list of people to contact when I leave New York? Does my team know how to properly invite? Does my team know how to make a list? Does my team know how to launch? Does my team know how to PS3? Does my team know how to use the tools? Leaders, I'm speaking to you. If you're brand new and you don't know, go get the leader. Right? Leaders, I'm speaking to you. Mike and I this week, for a minimum of 2 hours a day, did something called a chairman boot camp. Why? Because I didn't want what happened in Dallas to now happen after New York. Right? So, I talked about that part. Awesome. So how do you hit the next rank, guys? How do you hit the next rank? Sorry, I hate having notes, but I know we're on a time limit. We got so much to talk about. So you got to be prepared, right? How many people are you currently bringing to New York? Type it in the chat. If it's 1, it's 1. If it's 10, it's 10. If it's 100, it's 100. Because I'm going to teach you exactly how, you know, this is even better. If you're not going to New York, here's the link. Buy your ticket, because you need to be there, right? Oh, I don't have enough money. That's why you need to be there. Oh, I don't have time off. That's why you need to be there. Oh, you know, I'm scared of Corona. There is Corona. I don't care, right? You have to be there. You have to be there. It will literally change your life. It will change your business. Guys, if you want to go Platinum 600, you need to bring 3 to 5 team members. You need to be 3 to 5 team members, because every person you bring within the first 2 weeks of an event will bring 3 to 5 people. We'll bring 3 to 5 people on average. Some will do more, some will do less, but these numbers are based off the 3 to 5 rule, right? You want to go Platinum 600, you need to bring 3 to 5 people. You want to go Platinum 1000, you need to bring 10 to 15. You want to go P2K, you need to bring 25 to 30. You want to go P5K, you got to bring 50 to 75. You want to go Chairman 10, you have to bring 100. You want to go Chairman 25, you have to bring 150 to 250. I will drop that in the chat so I don't have to repeat it. Now, where does awareness come back into play with this? Where does awareness come back into play with this? This is something I did a call with my team on Sunday about awareness and timeline. Last year, I set a goal for the team. It was a short-term goal of 9 months. It was a 9-month short-term goal, and we broke that goal. We broke that 9-month timeline into different little pieces, different little, like benchmarks to check our progress. You have to pay attention to the placement and timing that we are in. You have to pay attention to the placement and timing that we are in. Why? Because New York is 3 days away, and you now understand how many people need to come with you. You now understand that you need to go, right? What happens after New York 90 days later? 90 days later, there's a Platinum 2000 retreat. Now, if you don't have a Platinum 2000 retreat, call your chairman and say, hey, when's our Platinum 2000 retreat? Oh, we don't have one. Tell him to get one, right? And he's like, yo, why are you talking to me like that? Say, Tim said so. And if he's angry or she's angry, they can come talk to me. June, middle of June, Platinum 2000 retreat, set it up right now. Let me tell you why. Because 90 days after that, you have Houston. You have Houston, right? So now you've brought, let's say, 50 people to New York. You're going to sign up a minimum of 150 to about 250 people in 2 to 3 weeks after that. You now have a new 150 group of people focusing on your Platinum 2000 retreat. You now have ranked leaders who are now going to focus on Houston, right? Because David says it best. If your team sees where they're running, they're able to stay on the track. They're able to stay on the track. He says, David talks about his eye gates, right? And if you spell eyes, it says E-Y-E-yes, or E-Y-E-yes, E-Y-E-S. It has yes in there. Because what you see, your reality creates, right? If I look in front of me, I see a TV. If I look in front of me, I have a bookshelf. If I look in front of me, I have a cup of coffee. If I look in front of me, I see my beautiful face on the screen, right? What I see creates reality. Therefore, if I'm not looking at anything to run to, I have nothing. Nothing is my reality. Nothing is my reality, right? So set up the plan to where your team has something to run to. Your team has something to run off of. They're aware of why they're doing it, right? In my organization, we have a statement, I am so happy and grateful now that QC has impacted 10,000 lives by December 31st, 2020. It is our goal. It is the collective coming together, something that we're focused on, something that we're running to, and we're talking about every single day, right? Every single day. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to have Mike go back into this really quick, which means I have to unmute him. But it's nice for me to say these things, right? It sounds nice. Oh, my God, if I bring 3 people, I'm going to be P6. Oh, my God, if I just focus on events, I'll eventually become chairman like Tim. Oh, my, what else did I talk about? Oh, my God, if I imagine, I can have everything. It's nice to say those things, right? But the difference between those who become successful and those who don't is they become aware of what they want, they take responsibility for that desire, and they go out and take action to make it happen. So with that being said, Mike, I know I went for way too long. I'm going to have you jump back on, man, and talk about what is the responsibility of becoming someone that's a chairman, and obviously jumping into the trading side as well for us.
Wow. Yo, let's go. Y'all know what to do in this chat right now. My boy here, Tim Sloma, just went absolutely went in, right? Some of you might even be offended right now, and that's okay. Because remember, a mentor is someone who tells you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, right? So thank you guys. I appreciate everyone for being on the call. I think there's this like unwritten rule where these calls are supposed to be an hour. To me, I think rules are meant to be broken. So Tim, I think we should just keep going. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we keep going past the hour mark, or should we just stop in like 10 minutes? What do you guys think? All right, we'll keep going then. So with that being said, guys, Tim talked a lot about timing. Tim talked a lot about the value and the relevancy of events, right? Why these things are so massive, what we need to do at these events. And I want to give you a little story, right? A little story so you can actually understand why events shift everything. Because I got started in this platform at the end of 2016, and for almost a year, right, I literally didn't introduce this to anybody. So this is another thing I want you to think about. Some of you here have been here for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, maybe 2 years, and you've yet to really share what this is. Maybe you don't feel ready. Maybe you don't understand why. Maybe it's not a part of your plan, right? But for those of you that have been consistently working at this, I want you to think about this, right? I didn't really see results in the building side of the community for a year, and I am a chairman now. So don't be attached to your results. Do not attach your energy to the results. I want you to attach your energy and emotion to your process. Because when you're doing that, right, then you're going to enjoy your growth. You're going to enjoy the pullbacks, and you're going to be able to smash whatever it is that you want to succeed and get exactly the results that you want. And the reason is because you're not focused on the results. You're focused on what you need to do to get those results. So with that being said, right? With that being said, you're here right now because you want to learn how to actually create a massive community of traders, a massive community of people who give and create freedom for themselves and freedom for others, right? That's really all that we're doing here. You're creating freedom, whatever your definition of freedom is, for yourself, and you have the position to do this for everybody else that you want. Remember, what you're doing right now, you have the ability to remove and reduce and forever eliminate suffering in other people's lives, right? I take it that serious. That's how I look at it, right? That's why I know that where I am right now and where I'm going, because that's the power that I have given myself, because I have now the resources to give that to other people. And it's so powerful because if I feel like I'm capable of doing this, just imagine what other people can feel like they can do and will do, right? It's all good. I need you to think about these things. I need you to think about the things. And here's what happens. Why this is gonna create so well, right? Why when after you go to the event, right? After you have all this energy, after you have the awareness, after you have the attitude, after you put in the actions, right? As long as while you're in this midst of creation, you have to forget about yourself. Think with me for a second, right? Because the reason you're gonna find success, right, building a community, is because your people need to have success. So the faster you detach from the things that you might want right now, and the more you're focusing on making sure, right, that Nancy goes P2K, that Jordan goes P5K, that John goes to P2K, that my brother goes P1K, P2K, P5K, that my people are getting results, that my people are plugging into the Go Live sessions, right? That my people are watching Bounce Back in the morning, that people are seeing results, people are understanding, people are breaking through their fears, people are eliminating whatever resistance, whatever story they were telling themselves before. The faster you help people get over whatever limitations that they have, the more effective you're going to be as a leader in this business, right? The more you focus on creating and working out of positive intentions, right? The less you think about the external world defining who you are, and the easier it is going to be to bring in these things, right? Don't live in a state of need or want. You have to live in a state of gratitude and appreciation. Some of you are going to New York with your last dollar because you know there's something out there that you will receive that will allow you to never think about not having an extra dollar again. Right? Write this down and then send me a message if this really resonates with you. Right? Take your mind out of your body and give it to the world, and you're going to see everything come your way. Because in this environment, remember, you're doing something, you are disrupting the common man, right? You are disrupting everyday life with the solution that you have here. So there's gonna be, outside environment conditions that want to manipulate the way you think, the way you move, and the way you do, but you got to know that you are in control. And so what I want you to understand, and what I'm going to really focus in on here in the next couple of minutes, is the responsibility of someone that's really building this, right? What does that really mean? What does that really mean? What does that mean to you? When you're doing this, and this has to do whether you're talking to people that you know personally, people that you're talking through on Instagram, whether you're working with your people on your team, all right? When you're doing these things, when you're looking at them, what is your intention? What is your intention? I'm going to ask you to do this. Like, think about, what are you willing to do to get and to receive what you want? What are you willing to do in order for your people to win? What are you willing to do? Make a note of that. What am I willing to do for my team to receive what they want and what they need, which will ultimately come back to you? And then I want you to write down, what am I not willing to do? Because what's going to happen there And what I'm telling you to do here is you're going to start to see, okay, what limitations am I making for myself? What excuses am I giving myself that isn't allowing me to go forward? Right? What is it? Because here's the thing, you're coming into a space where maybe you can see that you here in this space, you can multiply your income by 10, 100, 1,000, maybe more. Right? And not only that, you're giving yourself an abundance and infinite amount of time. But, right, you can't be the same person you were before to receive what you want that you haven't had before. Right? Like we've heard a million times, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So if you understand that, why would you imagine that you going into this space, you wouldn't have to shift your habits. You wouldn't have to shift what you're willing to do. You wouldn't have to prioritize your life a little different. You wouldn't have to eliminate certain people, right? You wouldn't have to put other people first. Because here's the thing. What happens, the same thing is with trading. When you start, right, you may only be working with 1 to 3 people. When you trade, you might only have $200 of capital, right? But what you really do is you're doing the same things over and over and over again, making sure people are plugging in, making sure they're taking trades, making sure they have proper risk management, making sure they're reading the personal development, making sure they're growing spiritually, right? Making sure they're not making excuses for themselves, right? Allowing them to break through whatever they've been programmed their whole lives. You do that with a couple people first. You do that enough with 3, 5 people, and then they start to have 3 to 5 people. And it's amazing. This is why you do compound, because the effort and the things that you're doing in the beginning are only maybe paying you $150 a month. The trading that you were doing when you only had $200, your 5-10% maybe only made you $10 that week. But as long as you keep doing the same things over and over and over again, and you continue to remember why you're doing them, right? You see the face, guys. When someone has a victory, whether it's a small victory, I need you to celebrate it like they just won the lottery, because they really did, right? And like we always say, what you celebrate accelerates. And so when you see this happening, when you see someone win, I want you to feel that, right? I want you to feel that, like that emotion they have. Like, for example, one of our traders, Isaac, right? He messaged me the other day, and he hit a massive milestone for himself. And man, I just thought of like it, he's been trading for a year or so more. And I know this moment for him was a paradigm shift. And just that feeling that you can give someone, that's what you need to attain. You need to grab that. You really need to grab that. And remember, that's why you're staying up till 4 a.m. to get someone's broker set up, right? That's why you're up at 3 a.m. talking to your friend in Germany about what they need to do to really succeed. That's why you're on the phone at 2 a.m. when someone's calling you because they haven't been able to eat for 2 weeks, because they went all in on this, right? Why are people that don't have what you have going harder when you're not doing yourself? How come your expectations for other people are to do so much when you're not doing half as much as what you want other people to do, right? I want you to think about these things. And the way you can channel that is when you think about those victories, because that gives you energy, that gives you life. That's the strength of energy. That's the power of energy. It's contagious, right? So you got to stay around it. You got to stay around that campfire, like they always say. That's where you got to go to these events, right? The reason what sparked me to start actually building and showing this community was when I finally went to my first event after almost a year, and I saw what was happening in front of me, right? I saw the educators that I was like, oh my God, I've been learning from this whole time, right? I saw some of the chairmen. I felt that energy in the room, and I was like, yo, there's something really special happening right here, right? This whole time, the reason I wasn't building, the reason I wasn't sharing this to the community, it wasn't because of the other people, because I was scared. I wasn't certain. I didn't have clarity. So I need everybody that's on this call to truly understand what you have clarity for your vision, right? Right now, if you don't have the results that you want as a trader, as someone who's growing this community, what you need to understand is this, right? You may have to shift your identity first. Because maybe all your life, all you've known is that your parents have worked in a construction job, in a warehouse, at an office, and they haven't enjoyed a lot of that experience. Maybe all you know is what's been around you the whole time. So now, right now, you don't have a choice but to succeed. And let me tell you why. Because now you've been exposed to some of the greatest ways of making income on the planet. Now you've been exposed to people that have done this successfully and duplicated this successfully. So now you have no excuse. It's going to be very difficult for people here to not accomplish this because now you know it's here. If in 5 years, and you gave up now, and 5 years from now, in the back of your mind, you're going to be thinking, I should have just kept going. Because when your best friend that got started with you, right, is still impacting lives and is traveling the world because they never gave up, you're going to think, I should have just kept going. There's no difference between me and him. There's no difference between me and her. There's no difference. And so you all need to understand that these are the things that you don't want to live through regret. You want to stay focused. You want to stay in, plug in. And these are some of the responsibilities that you need to know, right? These are some of the responsibilities that you need to have. You need to assume it, because here's the thing. Everyone wants it. Like Tim said, right? Having the desire, having the want, right? Screaming chairman, that's free for sure. But you have to invest your time now so that you won't have to do that later. And that's the difference, right? And how are you going to set yourself up? Because we can talk about belief and concepts all day, every day. But what are your DMOs, right? What is your daily method of operation? How are you setting yourself up every day to be the highest version of yourself, right? How are you pushing your envelope every single day? Because I'll tell you what, the reason I became a six-figure trader, it wasn't because I was just hitting the charts every once in a while. No, it's because I threw out any idea of or any rules that were out there of what was possible out the window. I started working more so that I could have more money to put into my trading account. I was studying on the bus to work, right? I was studying at work, telling them it was homework for school. That's what I was doing. I was no excuses. I was the last one to go to bed. I was the first one to be up every single day for a year straight. That's what I wanted because I wanted it bad. I had urgency. I was done with whatever I was living before, right? I had no limitations anymore, right? That's what it had to do. Now, you don't have to do that. That might not be what you want, right? But for right now, if you're telling yourself, I want this so bad, I want the results, stop giving yourself an excuse, right? Stop being fearful. Say, oh, well, that's just not how it's done. There's no right or wrong way to really do this, right? There's no rules of how this is done. The only thing that really matters is your intention. If the intention is in alignment, then you got to go as ham as you physically can, right? If you don't feel that though, if you don't feel like that, I just want to go crazy in on this, then good. Set yourself up to feel it like that, right? The reason I don't get exhausted and I can do calls all day, every single day is because I put myself in a state of flow, right? I know this is not exhausting to me. I want to do this. I get to do this, right? I love being on these calls. I love sharing my experience. I love sharing what I've done. I love sharing where I'm going, right? I love sharing that there's going to be 1,000 chairmen in IM, right? I love seeing that there's going to be 1,000 new traders on my team in the next 15 days. I love saying that. And I love being in this, and it's not exhausting, but it's because I set myself up, right? But if for you're not willing to stretch those muscles, right? Whether it's your belief muscles, right? Whether it's literally your muscles, right? Your sleep, then you have to set yourself to do it, right? How do you know how to start your day right? Right? Before you go to sleep tonight, do you know what you need to get done tomorrow? Think about it. Do you know what you need to get done tomorrow, tonight? Because if you're going into tomorrow blind, then now all day tomorrow, you're going to be scrambling to look to see how you're going to actually accomplish what you want, right? So tonight, if you know, okay, I have from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., I'm going to be watching Go Live. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., I'm going to be messaging people on Instagram, right? From 7 to 9, I'm doing trainings with my team. If you know exactly what you're doing, right? From 6 to 9, I'm going to be on a flight to New York. from 10 to 11. If you know exactly what's going on, guess what? You don't have to use all this other energy figuring it out, right? One of the things that I love, someone's like, you don't have to get ready when you stay ready, right? It's that simple. It's that simple. Here's a brief preview to how I like to set up my day. I wake up. As soon as I wake up, I need to get out of my resting place. I need to leave the room. I need to physically move so that I'm not in an environment of rest, right? I need to get to movement. I need to start going. So what happens? I leave the room and I will either take a cold shower or I will meditate. Why? Because when I'm meditating, then that's the opportunity where I get to do what? I get to imagine where it is that I am, where it is that I'm going, and understanding that that is my present reality anyways, right? I get to think about all the successes that are happening around me. Right? I get to understand and review everything that I'm doing today. I get to have that clarity of who I am and who I'm impacting, right? And then guess what? After that, you know how good I feel? I feel pretty good, right? And I know I have purpose now. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. So then what happens? You think after that, right? You have your gratitude. You're feeling good. It's all about how you feel. So guess what? When I'm looking at a chart, when I'm teaching live, what do you guys think is happening? How do you think it's like? I don't have to think so much because I already know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I've done it so many times that it becomes so natural. And that's how I want you to set yourself up. Do you know how many, okay, if you want to be Platinum 1000, do you know, right, how many new people you need to talk to every day? Do you know which one of your leaders, who on your team you haven't talked to? Are you aware, right? Are you aware of who needs to go 2 and free? Who's one away from going P600? Are you aware of all of these things, right? Are you aware of when was the last time you did a training? So start setting yourself up. Make a checklist for yourself. Make a checklist so you know what you have to do. Because that way, every day you're looking at it constantly. Okay, cool. You know what? I haven't done an op call yet. All right, now you got cool. This is the intention I have. Now I got to go get it. Right now you can go and set yourself up. So that's one of the biggest things that I wanted you guys to really think about is how are you setting yourself up for the day? Don't let the day come and you're still not ready for it. So the name of this call, or the title of this call, was compounding your business and your trading, right? And I'm grateful to be able to be teaching for this platform. I've been teaching now for over 2 years in Spanish and in English. And so what I want to do with you all today is I'm going to go over something that can change the way you look at your income forever, can change the way in your direction of everything that you do forever, right? This is something that can create generational wealth for you. This is something that you can now build towards, okay? So who here is ready for the blueprint to becoming a successful trader, to becoming a successful entrepreneur, to becoming the master of time and money? If you are ready, say, I am ready, right? Because this is something that you need to accept, right? You need to understand that you are already successful. You are already disciplined. You are already powerful, right? You are already prepared. Amazing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my screen. People that hopped off, play themselves. All right, cool. All right, awesome. So here's what I got to show you. Someone can drop this in the chat. That would be amazing. So there's a lot of different things to this, and this is a plan that we have set up for everyone. I'm not going to show you how to just build your trading account, but I'm going to show you how to use your residuals effectively so that you can become a 5-figure trader within a year. And I say that with confidence, right? I'm not guaranteeing you anything because that's on you, but I say that with absolute confidence, not because I did it, but because I've duplicated it and because people that have done it have duplicated that too. So what we have here is an amazing checklist because here's where you can use this for yourself, take control of this, right? And you can fill it all out for yourself, follow the instructions, make a copy for yourself, okay? Then you have some affirmations to program your mind to look at the charts in a responsible way, to not feel that greed, to not feel those fears, and that will shift the way you actually trade, right? That will shift the way you trade. That will shift the way you invest your money. This will shift the way that you look at yourself, that you look at your process. Then you have these confirmations that you can set up for yourself so you know what to do, why to get into the market. And then you know, okay, well, I got to write down what trades I'm taking, which ones are winning, which ones are losing, why I did them, you know, how to grow. Because if you're not tracking what you're doing, then how do you expect it to actually change, right? If you're not tracking your process, then how are you going to know what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong? Because here's the thing, the biggest thing with trading is that when you're looking at the market, if you take a trade and then you lose and then you just move on, then what was the point of that trade? You just lost an opportunity to learn something, right? So don't let each trade just be a wasted investment. Every single trade you take can be a victory, right? But that's up to you. Awesome. Amazing. Okay, so let's get it set up. So walk with me here, okay? Walk with me here. And this will make a lot of sense for you why I'm doing this, especially if you're looking to build this and why this is so powerful, because this is going to make you multidimensional. This is going to boost your retention beyond what you can imagine. This is going to create, right, productivity in your business, and this is going to be the proof in the pudding that it could be done, right? So walk with me, and this will be no stress, no pressure. Okay, so look, check this out. When you start to do a live account, remember, when you go live in this market, it's after you've practiced demo. It's once you feel comfortable, right? Once you feel comfortable, then you can go all in here, right? So once you're good to go, you have your live account. Most people start between anywhere from $100 to $500, right? So I'm gonna say $200 is what we're starting with on average. On average, $200. So what happens? Now, let's say we're doing a 6% return. What does that mean, right? That means this. Has everybody here at one point in time made 60 pips in a week, either in a trade, whatever, in a whole week? Most people at some point have done this. If you're plugging into the bounce back sessions that the trade house is running, right, that we're running together, then you should have made this for sure, right? So if you're doing these numbers, remember, this is just plugging in. None of these numbers are guaranteed, but if you're doing the work, you can see these kind of results, right? So if we're doing these things, this is as if you risk 20 pips and you make 60. That is 6% right there. If you risk 2%, right? Imagine you put 20 on the line and you make 60. That's all it is here. Okay? That's literally that simple. Who here has risked 20 pips at one point? And with that 20 pip stop loss, you made 60 and your 20 pip stop loss was 2%. Awesome. You just did that. So if you just do that every week, that's not that crazy. Sometimes it's 50 pips, right? It depends how small your stop loss is. If you do that, look what happens in a year, right? In 1 year, that account could be sitting around $4,300 more. What does that mean for you? That means that if you're still doing that 6%, you could be doing a little over $250 a week. That's if you start with 200, you never put anything in, and you just do 6% every single week. That's it, right? 6% every single week, and that's it. My bad. All right, cool. Just want to make sure the chat's up to date. So if you're doing this, now just imagine, right, what happens. And what I want everyone to do here in the chat is I want you to give me your freedom number. What does that mean? What do you need right now to just go all in with IM? How much do you need to be making a week to go all in with this, right? What do you need? Let me see this chat. 2K, 400, 7K, 600, 1,000. Awesome. Amazing. Okay. Cool. So a lot of you, and the number I'm really getting on average is about 1,000. So look at this, guys. When you get started, you're a customer, you're a trader, you're a student. But what's the next level? It's going what? 2 and free, P150, yeah? So if you're going 2 and free or P150, then what's really happening is now you're not investing into your education anymore, right? You're 2 and free or you're P150. So now you have an extra $175 that you were originally going to spend you were going to invest in your education. Now you get to invest that into what? Into your trading account. Think about it. Because you're here because you're like, yeah, I'm a trader. I'm developing my skills as a trader. So all of a sudden you go 2 and 3 or P150. Then now what can you do? If you're really, really a trader, if you're really here to build generational wealth, then that money was money you were already going to put into learning. Now you get to put that into your account. So let's say you just do $40 a week. Because remember, you have 175 that you were going to spend in that month. You were going to invest it into your education. Now we're going to put it into the account. Watch what happens. Let's say we just do 40 a week, which is 160 for the month. Look what happens, right? Before we didn't put anything in and we were at $4,300 or so. Now, look at this shift. 18K. You now have 18K in your account, right? Numbers are in front of you. 18K in your account. Some people here have never even seen anywhere near that in their bank accounts before. And here's this nice thing is you have 1,100 you're making a week as long as you're hitting that 6%. Guys, 1 year of dedication and you could be locking that in. But here's the thing. I just showed you something that can shift the way you live your life, right? If you're doing 1,100 a week, you're clearing over 50K a year. All right, remember, you're doing this off your phone. You don't have to live wherever you're living right now. You can move wherever you want. You can have less expenses, right? And you still have 18K in the bank because this is your bank right there. So I want you to really think about that with me. But I'm going to show you this, and how many of you are even going to do it? How many of you are going to say, I'm going to put in my $40 a week? How many of you are actually going to do it? And some of you might struggle with it. So like I've said before, get yourself an accountability partner. Have someone that is going to help you and remind you, yo, did you invest in yourself this week? Did you invest in yourself this week? Did you invest in yourself this week? You got to find the right people that are consistently going to tell you and let you know, hey, don't play yourself, invest in your account. Do it. Because you're a year away. You're a year away from your ticket to success. Imagine if you put in a little more. Some of you are doing more than 6%. I'm just giving you a baseline, right? And that's just what happens when you go 2 and 3 or P150. Anyone who goes P600 here, right now you have an extra 600. Let's say you take away from the academy. So let's say now you only have 400. Let's just say you still have $450 left. Okay. Out of those 450 that you're making extra, right? Use half of that to put into your trading account. And then the rest you have to use however you want. Pay for your gas, pay for your rent, pay for groceries, whatever you want to do. So that's it. If you're P600, you easily have $200 to work with. So now you can put 50 into the account every week. Look what happens when you put 50 into the account every week. This number's changed. Now you've broken 20K in that account. Now you're making over $1,300 a week. If you don't need to withdraw, then you just keep building it up. Cool. You hit P1K, now you have $1,000. Only 150 goes back to the academy. You have another 850. How much of that are you going to use to build your generational wealth right here, right? How much are you going to use? That's up to you. A lot of you still won't do it. People hitting P2, P5, chairman, and you're still not putting it into your account. So stop playing yourselves, right? Run the blueprint. 365, no 9 to 5, right? 1 year to never have to work again, but you have to do it right. Now, this is not a guarantee because I can't guarantee what you're going to put into it. I can't, right? I can't eliminate all of your excuses. I can't eliminate all of your limiting beliefs, right? I can set you up to, but I can't do it for you. That's up to you. So are you ready for it? Are you ready to break through everything that you've been creating for yourself? Because you've seen it now. Now you've seen what you can do. It's in front of you. And I want that chart that I was showing you to help you, to ease you. Because a lot of people are looking at 200. They're like, man, I only got $200 in this account. How am I ever going to have, 6 figures? How am I ever going to make 1,000 in a week? But don't worry about what like making 1,000 or whatever now, because all you need to be getting good at is making your 5, 6, 7% a week. That's it. As long as you do that, as long as you keep increasing your capital, those things are going to come, right? That chart that I just showed you, that should give you peace of mind, knowing that I don't need to make all the money right now, because as long as I'm doing the right things, right? As long as I'm focusing on the process, as long as I'm using the education the live trading that's being provided for me, I'm being set up for success. I have the opportunity to receive everything I want. But remember, what's in your bank account is a reflection of your consistent mindset and discipline. That's what it is. A lot of people right now have the mindset, have the consistency, but you're missing the patience because you're focusing on the results when you're already doing the right thing, right? A lot of you've seen that picture where someone's picking and picking and picking and picking, right? And they're this close to striking gold or diamonds. And then you see someone else win. And you're like, I'm still not there yet. Maybe this isn't for me. But you were this close for a breakthrough, right? So remember, you're in control, right? This is a profession. You're becoming professional traders. You're becoming that, right? You're embodying what that is. You're becoming people of massive, massive impact, right? People that are absolutely shifting the way we work as a community here. You can't rush that, right? You can't rush that. So tap into the biggest and largest and most inspirational platform that exists on the planet that you have right here, because that's all we're here to do. We're here to truly grow, guys. We're here to truly, truly grow. So with that being said, I just want to thank all of you for being on. I'm going to pass it back to Tim one more time, but plug into the sessions, right? I teach you all how to trade alongside the banks, right? How to not lose like 95% of the world, right? How to do it the right way, how to use 20 to make 100, right? Trade House is doing this. Plug into the sessions, plug into our Bounce Back Live sessions, guys. But with that being said, that's all I'm going to provide for you. Anything else you need from us, let us know. Reach out to me. I'm sure someone will drop the Instagram in the chat. And I'm going to let you guys, I'm going to give it back to Tim to really just finish painting the vision. And this last part, you absolutely need to stay for, because this is going to shift the way you move for the rest of the year and the rest of the decade. So thank you all for your time. Absolutely grateful for you guys.
I'm back. I'm out here. I made it. Guys, leaders, that is one of the most powerful trainings that you can do, right? That is one of the most powerful trainings that you can do, because someone's going to say, oh, does this trading thing work? If you can break that down to somebody, right? Your 30, 60, 90-day game plan is irrelevant now. You've now created a 12-month game plan. When someone joins the business and they say, hey, man, I want to be a trader, right? I want to be a trader. Show them the 365 no 9-to-5 blueprint. 90% of this company is customers. So the people that hopped off, what, you're going to only serve builders? Congratulations, that's 10% of your business. Customers get you paid, by the way. I don't know if anyone heard that. I remember Jason asked the crowd, Jason said, who pays you? Everyone's like, Chris. Everyone's like, I am. And I'm like, no, you dummies, you're customers. Because if you don't have customers, guess what? You don't get paid, right? You don't get paid. Show someone how and why they need to be in your business for 12, 24, 36 months, right? Show that and say, hey, man, if you go 2 and free, if you hit P6, if you hit P1000, P5, whatever it is, look at all that money that you can now reinvest into your trading account. It will shift the paradigm of people in your organization. For those of you who are watching this live and those of you who are now watching it recorded, you can no longer claim ignorance. You can no longer claim ignorance. You know what it takes, right? I tell people all the time, when people leave my business, I say, man, their life is going to be miserable, because after what they've seen, I don't know how the hell you could go back to stocking shelves. I don't know how the hell you could go back to doing someone's taxes. I don't know how the hell you can go back to doing whatever the hell you're doing, because you're no longer ignorant, right? You are no longer ignorant, right? This is the question I ask people all the time. It's a question I ask people all the time, right? I've been extremely blessed when it comes to mentorship. I have mentors in this business. I have mentors that I don't know. I've had mentors from other companies that, I align myself with, because you got to remember, right? CEOs don't hang out with their employees. They hang out with other CEOs. So I'm not going to, oh, just because someone's not in my business, I'm not going to go hang out with them, right? Find people in the industry. Make friends in the industry. You never know where that's going to go. I've learned so much from people who don't do IM. Why do you see Jason and Matt with top leaders from other companies all the time? All the time, right? Because it's being around that energy. It's game changing. Mike literally said, and I know this is true, right? How many of you are going to actually do it? It comes back to the whole entire thing. Yeah, it's cool to shout, I am chairman, let's hold hands and feel it. But when you leave the stadium, are you going to go do it? Right? One of the greatest things I've ever learned, I asked a mentor of mine, and he said, I asked him, he's been doing this now for a couple decades, made millions of dollars in this industry. I said, how have you sustained for so long? How have you sustained for so long? He said, it's not always about, going fast, right? Success loves speed. Yeah, you have to take off, right? But it's not always about going fast. It's about, okay, how many people can you get to do one exposure a day? Alex Morin said this in London, right? His DMOs, I'm exposing or showing the plan at least one time a day. David Amitia says you have to show the plan at least 5 to 6 nights a week, right? So let's do the math, right? Let's do the math. Let me show you how simple something is, right? Because I asked this, I say, everyone wants to go fast, but when I say, are you at least showing one person a day the plan, everyone gets quiet. Mike says, hey, you have the blueprint to make $1,000 a week in a year, but no one puts the money into the account, right? Because if I show the plan one time a day, right, that's 365 people a year. Let's say I sign up, I close 10%, right? I suck at closing. I close 10%. That's 37 people in my business. In 1 year, I've now hit Platinum 1000. I've now hit Platinum 1000, right? And there's nothing wrong with hitting 2 ranks a year. P6, P1K your first year, P2K, P5K the second year, Chairman 10, Chairman 25 the third year, Chairman 50, Chairman 100 the fourth year. Go to university. Will they pay you $1.2 million a year after you graduate? Probably not. Then okay, hit 2 ranks a year, right? Do your 1 exposure a day, because this is what happens. As your business begins to grow, right? You're a P5K now. Now maybe you have 100 people showing the plan a day. That's 36,500 people a year. Let's say you still suck at closing, right? And you only do 10%. That's 3,650 people in your business that year by just doing 1 exposure a day. Guys, ask yourself, am I treating this like $1 million business? Do you know how much volume yet you need to produce a year to be Chairman 10 in this company? You have to produce $1 million, $1,080,000 to be Chairman 10. It's about 90,000 volume. 90 times 12 is $1,080,000. You will start being paid as a chairman if you can make the company $1 million. So why are you treating this like an $825 an hour job? Why are you treating this like a hobby? I'm asking you, right? It's easy to sell chairman, but are you treating this like $1 million business? My mentor said one of the best things, we were doing a launch in Panera. And he says, the best thing about this business is, he said, the best and worst thing about this business is it only costs $235 to get started. It only costs $235 to get started, because some people don't take it seriously. $235, oh, that's nothing. Whatever. I spent that on a night of drinking. I'll spend that on some shoes, blah, 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 fill in the blank, right? He says, in this Panera, I can almost guarantee it costs a minimum of $235,000 to really get this thing off the ground. The difference is, I guarantee I make more money than the person that owns this Panera, because I didn't treat my business like it cost me $235. I treated this business like it cost me $2 million. And when you begin to treat your business as if, you'll start actually earning the money that you want, right? And here's the key. Here's the key, because every single one of you are capable of doing it. It's just whether or not you're going to actually allow yourself to do it. You have to allow yourself to become successful. You have to allow yourself to get out of those toxic relationships. You have to allow yourself to do activities that are going to help you progress in life. You have to allow yourself to go next level. You have to allow, guys, you have to allow yourself to literally change the way you think. Did you know 85% of your thoughts are negative? So there's two options here. I can either become a slave to my thoughts, or I can become the master of my thoughts and then start actually forming the reality that I desire. Right? You start forming the reality. Because at the end of the day, people are going to hate. But I'd rather be in the penthouse with my beautiful wife, my nice little puppy, traveling around the world and letting people hate than having people hate and still doing a job that I fucking hate. Oh, I swore on a corporate call. I'm sorry. I went so long without swearing, Mike. Holy cow. Man, this is the first time, right? Whatever, guys. What does it take? What is it going to take for you? And here's the simple answer. Absolutely freaking everything. Absolutely freaking everything. That's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take to get here. You want to make six figures, but you're not willing to do six-figure activity? You want to make six figures, but you're not willing to invest 3? You're playing yourself. You have to go all in. Look at the placement and timing that you're at. You have New York. You have your retreats. You have Houston. You have everything that you need. This will be the smallest that I am ever will be. Harvard Business School talks about direct sales companies. Listen to this. They talk about direct sales company, and they talk about finding a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I got to find this note so I don't say it wrong. They talk about finding a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They say, let me find it here because I know I have it saved. Harvard. Awesome. Cool. Harvard, right? They say that the business has to be available, or whatever, I guess a business, right, for a minimum of 18 months. IM has been around for almost 7 years. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, I've seen the ugly, I've seen the lawsuits, I've seen everything happen. We're still around. We ain't going nowhere. If you think Chris is going to ever let this thing halt, you are out of your freaking mind, right? Number 2, you have to have a cutting edge product. There is nowhere else in the world where you're getting over 1,100 hours a month of 5, 6, 7-figure mentorship. There is nowhere else in the world that has this successful of products. There is no other company in the world that has 4 of the top 10 earners in the industry. There's nothing. There is literally nothing. They then say this. They say, if your company has less than 1.5 million people in it, you have a good opportunity. There's a good chance that you're going to make money. They say if the company has 500,000 people, it's a great or cutting edge opportunity. They then go to say, if there's less than 100,000 people in the company, you have a once in a lifetime opportunity. There is only 30,000 people in IAM in the United States. You have a once in a lifetime opportunity. Why the hell are you not going all in? Why are you not showing up? Why are you not watching the sessions? Why are you not helping people? Why? You have a once in a lifetime opportunity, and if you give up on this, you will never find anything like it again. You will never find anything like this again. Guys, this is it. There is nothing better than this. There is literally nothing better than this. What, you're going to go sell lotions, potions, knives, vacuums, and butt cream to your grandma? Or are you going to teach people how to make money off their freaking cell phone? At the end of the day, you literally need nobody. People need you. You're the opportunity. You're the business. Like, I don't need you to make money. You need me to make money. Trust me. Trust me. Right? So I'm going to leave you with this. We've been going for an hour and a half. Well, I'm going to leave you with this question, right? I'm going to leave you with a couple things, actually. I have a couple links I want to give you. If you haven't bought your ticket to New York and you haven't bought your ticket to Houston, do it right now. Go do it right now. If you don't have enough money to do it, go to Expedia, get their little credit program, pay your flight over 6 months. If you don't have enough money right now, get in the car, find 2 to 3 other people, split the gas, and get there. Whatever it takes, get it done. Number 2, if you don't have your Houston ticket, get it now. Let me tell you why. Because if you do not get it now, you will not go. If you do not get it now, you will not go. You have to work towards something. This is why when there's an event, guys, you want the number 1 gem of how to bring the most people to an event every single time. The moment there's an event, buy a bundle. The moment there's an event, buy a bundle. Every single time. Let me tell you why. Most people will say, hey, you know what? I'll wait to see how many people actually come to me to the weekly event, then I'll buy the tickets. No. You think the universe is you think God's gonna reward you with people when you have zero faith? Buy the 10 tickets, the 10 people will show. Buy the 10 tickets, the 10 people will show. Guys, if you live in the Midwest right now, oh my gosh, message me and Mike. Message Mike and I. Alex Morin's coming to Chicago. Chairman 100 Darwin Lopez is coming to Milwaukee. Alex Morin's going to Minnesota. He's going to Michigan. He's going to Indianapolis. Reach out to us if you want to work together. We're going to work with you. Because at the end of the day, there is no teams in this freaking company. It's I Am Mastery Academy, and that's it. That's literally it. You want to be successful, you have to drop the ego. No one gives a shit about your team name. Literally no one gives a shit. I'm being honest. Right? People have to come together. Work together and you will go far. Find people in your city. You have beef with people in your city, get that shit fixed. Because I would rather you have it fixed and actually start making some money than have beef and be broke for the rest of your life. Right? And some of y'all are vegan. You can't even have beef. So get it figured out. Right? Number 3, Mike already dropped her Instagram. So number 3, read this book. The Power of Awareness. You want your life to change? Read this book. I don't even get money out of it. It's not even an affiliate link. I wish I had an affiliate link. I'd make some money off it. Read that book, Power of Awareness. That will change your life. Literally every day I read that book. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this book. Thank God for Nino. Guys, if you aren't watching Nino in the morning, if you're not hopping on Brandon Boyd's morning motivation sessions, you're playing yourself. You're literally playing yourself. Get on those morning sessions. Nino is the man. I think this is the last thing. Nothing else. Perfect. So I'm going to leave you with this question before I keep going for another hour. Mike and I had a call at 10. We have a call at 11. This is definitely, we ain't going to bed tonight. Let me ask you this question. I'm going to ask you this question. Think about this, because I ask this to my team all the time. If you were one person away from chairman, what would you be doing right now? If you were one person away from chairman, what would you be doing right now? And if you aren't currently doing it, why the hell not? Guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see each and every single one of you in New York. I'll see each and every single one of you in Houston. I'll see each and every single one of you at the top. If you have any questions, please reach out to us on Instagram. I'm pretty slow, but I typically always respond. Guys, this is an honor. I couldn't honestly ask for better mentorship. I honestly couldn't ask for a better company. I'm just so happy and grateful. So, guys, I love you. I'm grateful for you. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. I hope that we provided some value. I hope that you got some notes. And most importantly, please, everything that you've learned today, go out and share it with the world.